Okay, you have a foam roller maybe, or a massage ball, or both, and you don't know how to use them, so I'm gonna show you how in this video. These are great movements to incorporate before you go to bed, or even as a warm-up. So oftentimes before I go running, I'll get out these tools and I will warm myself up by doing some foam rolling and some massage with a hard massage ball. This one's actually a ball for street hockey, so I just got it from like a sporting goods store. So a really nice one to do off the top is just on the arches of your feet. It's to help release into all of the connective tissue in your feet. We have a lot of muscles in our feet, and I myself struggle sometimes with plantar fasciitis, which causes just a lot of inflammation and pain on the balls of my feet and through the arches of my feet. So this release is a great one. You could use a golf ball, although it is going to be super painful to use a golf ball. Try to breathe, try to bring your focus to that area and imagining just release. So this is a nice one to do, and you just take your time. Honestly, foam rolling and using a hard massage ball is really the only time exercise should feel painful. Okay, so there is a lot going on there. We're bringing some blood flow to your tight muscles, which is why it's feeling just a lot of release and pressure all happening at the same time. Okay, so let's also take the ball before I go to the foam roller. I'm going to take the ball and actually imagine I'm putting it in my jeans pocket. So I'm just going to be placing it kind of like there, and then I'm going to lift up onto my hands and cross my ankle over, and I'm just sitting there and rolling into that piriformis muscle. So this gets really tight, especially if you have a seated position at work or if you're commuting, and if you are, oh my goodness, you can really see on my face probably how tight my piriformis muscle is. So I'm going to take a moment, I'm going to stay there, and I'm going to breathe. So you just want to roll around, and if you feel any particular tight, painful area, try to stay there and try to breathe. And that will help you feel a lot more relaxed too. So I'm going to do the other side, imagining it's in my jeans pocket, then lifting up onto my hands. And you can keep your foot down if you like, and just roll around side to side, back and forth in little circles, whatever feels good to you. Or to make it more intense, you just cross that foot over. All right, you can also use your massage ball underneath your legs as well, into your hamstrings, so you can do a little bit of back and forth that way. I like to take my massage ball when I'm traveling because it fits so easily into my suitcase. So that's the massage ball, and there's lots of other things you can do with it, but just to get started, we'll go to the foam roller next. So I'm going to take the foam roller and I'm going to actually move it onto my soleus muscle. I'll try to move my pants away here so you can see a little bit more. So I'm going to, again, lift up into my hands. Now you don't have to. Certainly lifting up is going to be a little more intense as we are pushing more deeply into the fascia, the protective tissue that surrounds our muscles. And we're trying to break down any adhesions that are on that fascia. We can roll side to side here and just feel into that and breathe into that. So that's the lower part of the calf, really from the ankle or the Achilles tendon just to the kind of bigger part of your calf muscle, and that's the gastrocnemius. So we're going to move up there now. So I'm moving up just below the kneecap and then down to that, through the fleshy part of my calf. And it's same thing, back and forth, rolling side to side without rolling back and forth, just staying there. And if you feel a spot, you're going to breathe. I better do the other side, otherwise I'll be lopsided. So make sure you do both sides. And again, I try to do this before I'm going to bed. If I feel like my muscles are particularly tight, if I have any kind of overuse, stiffness, pain, if I'm getting back into running, for example, and I'm feeling my body a little bit more from the training, or if I've lifted some weights that maybe are heavier than I'm used to, this is a great way to wind down and to help your body reset. So you're kind of winding down and then going off to bed. Now the next one is going to be for the hamstrings, the back of the thigh. So feeling where my kneecap is, I'm just going above that. Same thing, push into my hands and then go side to side. Now you can get foam rollers. They come in all sorts of different varieties. If you have wrist issues though, this is going to be kind of difficult because we have to have this flex position. You can sit down and do it, but you're not going to be able to roll it as much. So just again, back and forth and side to side. Do the other side. And breathe. I find this really loosens me up and calms me down. Okay, the next one I'm going to do is for the glutes. So same idea as I did with the massage ball. I'm going to sit on it now. Make sure you're really stable, so be careful here. And I'm going to kind of lean into it, cross my foot over my thigh, and then let myself roll back and forth here. And you can kind of wiggle into it, and that will really get a lot of blood flowing to that muscle group, which will help to repair the muscle if it's a little strained, a little overuse, especially as you're going off to sleep. It's a wonderful time. Your body is going to be working for you to rehabilitate and set you up for success for the next day. So making sure that you get your quality sleep, which I know can be really hard, especially if you're a mom. And if you have young kids, like I remember when my twins were infants, oh my goodness, obviously there was not a lot of sleep happening in our house. And I felt sick a lot of the time. I felt intoxicated. I felt that foggy head. And that's when I had some of my worst food binges, was when I'm overtired and I would be trying to keep myself awake by eating, because you get that quick hit of sugar and into the bloodstream, and it would perk me up, but then I would crash again. So there was a lot of coffee and a lot of sugar and a lot of overeating during that time, and it all comes back to lack of sleep, because you just can't make a great decision, a healthy decision, when you're sleep deprived. So if you want to improve your health, honestly, check your sleep and start there. And everything else is going to be so much easier. Making good food choices, being hydrated, exercising, it's all going to start off so much easier and stay easier to maintain that healthier lifestyle for you when you get your sleep. All right, so let's go to the quads. This one is a little more intense for sure. So I'm going to be on my belly now. Actually, I'm just going to turn around here. So I'm putting it just above the knee. Now here on my forearms, and I'm going to roll back and forth, breathing. Now, if I feel a tight spot, I'm going to actually do a bit of a butt kick here, or a knee flexion, and try to stay in that position. Maybe move to another position that's feeling pretty tight, and then going through and doing that knee flexion, and it's going to just feel a little bit more intense. You can go right up into your hip flexor area too. Just stay there, let your leg just drop over the roller and release those hip flexors. Okay, let's try the quad on the other side. Of course, I'm trying to keep a little bit of tension in my core here too, so that my belly's not just hanging out, that it's supported. So this is when that core breath would also be helpful. You inhale, pick up the pelvic floor, breathe out. And I'm going to just feel into that spot that's a little bit more tender, a little bit more stiff, and I'm going to go and do that knee flexion. So again, this could be a great way to prep your body for a workout if you want to take some time just to go through and get some blood flowing to your muscles. And then of course, to help you wind down, I love my foam roller. I feel so much looser and lighter and calmer in my lower body now that I've gone through these exercises. So I hope that helps you get this foam roller. Go and purchase one, or grab it out of your closet because you haven't been using it, because you're not sure what to do with it, and now you know. Enjoy.